welcome to my channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined us recently. I really appreciate that you've clicked on that subscribe button and you're taking a chance watching my videos. I do understand that, and I do truly appreciate it, as well as I appreciate all of my subscribers, those who have been here since day one and those that just joined us a day ago. Okay, so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. For today, what I'm going to do is we're going to work on an oldie but goodie episode. So I did this, it's probably a month and a half ago. I did my first one of these oldies but goodies, and I took a border that has been sitting in my stash for probably 15-20 years, and I put it into a layout, and now it happily is inside one of my albums and I can display it. So I wanted to come back today and do the same thing. I have these very cute zoo borders that I made, again, 15-20 years ago. I showed these the last time as well, but they're super cute, and I look at them and I think, why am I not using these? They're just adorable. So today is the day. I'm going to get these into an album and enjoy them along with my photos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these old borders with something new. It just so happens that Creative Memories just came out with their What a Zoo 2 collection. So when I saw this right away, I thought, okay, I need to pull those borders out, and I need to try and mix in one of these old borders with the brand new What a Zoo 2. Okay, now keep in mind, I'm just showing you what I have. You can do this with any of your product. Dig into your stash, pull out something you love, and pair it with something new. So I'm going to be using papers that are coming from the Fast to Fab Designer paper pack. Okay, and I'm also going to pull in some stickers and a couple of mat cards to go along with it. Now, when you look at these stickers compared to the older version, the older version looks a little bit more realistic than the current stickers. These are super cute, they're super whimsical, but I don't think the animals are going to match exactly to the animals that I had 15 years ago. But some of them, especially the ones when their eyes are open, because they have the googly eye kind of look. But some of them, when their eyes are closed, that might work. Like this elephant up here, his eyes are closed. I'm gonna really look through these and see if I can incorporate any, but I'm definitely gonna incorporate some of the smaller stickers, the hearts, maybe the footprints, and some of the leaves. We'll see. But that's my goal, is to bring in the paper and the stickers. So which border am I going to use? I am going to use this blue one, and it's kind of a bluish gray and a dark blue, and I'm going to pull out some papers and we'll get started. So I think that you're going to agree with me that the papers in this pack are going to make it so easy to take the old borders and combine it with new stuff. So this paper is already partially decorated, and so it has the dark blue at the top with almost a ribbon looking design going through here, and then with some blue and white tropical leaves down here at the bottom. I'm also going to incorporate this brown piece. I'm looking more to use just the footprints at the top. Then I did some even more stash diving when I went into my stash and I found the exact same colored cardstock that I used on these borders several years ago. I'm sure that this cardstock is probably just as old as my borders are. Okay, so let's get into our layout. Okay, so here's our 2-page background, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in the border. So the border, I want to cover up what they have pre-printed on the paper right there. I'm just not sure if I want it, how high up I want it, but I definitely want to cover that much right there. And then what did we used to do in the old days? When we had a border like this and like this, we would drop this one right down here in the corner. So I kind of want to do that. And then it opens up all this room for me to put my photos on. What I want to do over here is I do want to cover up this as well. So my first thought was, okay, I want to replicate this border. over here somehow. So I had to bring in the tools to do that. So I have my blue paper, and this is about 1.5 inches. Let me grab my 12-inch trimmer, and I'm gonna do 1.5 inches width for my border on the other side. And we're gonna lay it right over here, cover that straight up. Now to create the zigzag, it looks, if you can see up close, which I'm sure you can't tell on the screen, but it was hand cut out, and it looks like I just cut sections of it because this part's not fully adhered down. So let's bring in our paper and some very old tools, which is this, I think they were called, yep, border lines. Anybody remember these? Anybody still have these? Yeah, I can't believe I still had those in my stash, but yep, went in, pulled this out, and I'm just going to trace it out with a pencil, just like in the old days. And then this one equals about, let's see, I think it was 3/8 of an inch. Yep, 3/8 of an inch. So what I want to do is put my ruler at what would be 3/8 of an inch and recreate that same width as close as possible. There we go. That looks like about 3/8 of an inch. And then I'm just going to mark it again. So see, we can still do this. Takes a little bit of time, but not impossible, right? Now I'm just going to fussy cut that out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that was easy. I turned off the camera. I didn't think you wanted to see me fussy cut that out. Yeah, it was a pretty straightforward cut. Not much, to do there. But for a minute there, I was really missing some modern conveniences, right? We have it so lucky now with border stickers and border punches, border making cartridges that could just whip this kind of stuff out for us. And here I was trying to do it so fast, but I think it came out pretty good. I like it. And turn it this way. And it does not go across the whole 12 inches. I don't need it to. I'm going to snip it and make another wool on this side. So that's going to be just fine as we move along here. Definitely brought in some old school tools. What we're going to do next, we are going to cut out the borders. Okay, let me bring in my paper and get this one cut out. Okay, so we decided blue was on the grayish blue paper. Okay, once it moves freely, you could release your pressure off of there, and there we go. So that should be the same size as our old border. Okay, and it is. So we're done with that. Let's bring in our darker blue, and we'll make a green blade cut. Okay, let's make sure. Yep. Okay, again, I'm just lining the little feet up into the guide and going around. And again, we move it to make sure it's completely loose. And there we go. And again, that should be the same size, and it is. There, our border is coming together. So we're making a brand new mirrored image of the border on the other side. Okay, and we will trim that so it comes out of both sides. Let me go ahead and do that now. It's going to peek here and see where I'm going to cut that, which is going to be right about there. Okay, line this up. Wow, this is really moving around on me today. Sorry about that. Let's get this going, and then I'll get this adhered. Okay, there we go. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Now I want to bring in some new products to give this little bit new life to our older borders. So I'm going to bring in some of these layered embellishments. So they come like this. They already have a little bit of foam to give it a little bit of dimension in there. I think you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to do, I decided I did not want to put an animal over here because like we were talking about earlier with the eyes and stuff not matching. So I thought that was a perfect addition. Then I'm going to bring in a couple more of these embellishments and then just tuck them behind the elephant. Okay, I might pop him up on a little bit of foam tape, but let's see what we got here. So I'm going to have it coming out the top. I'm adjusting the border just so that the leaves are not hanging off the top. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tuck in some more leaves underneath the leaves that are already there. Okay, and that's how I'm going to make my top borders match each other. Okay, so next I'm thinking, I like the green that I'm adding. So I'm bringing in another shade of green, and I'm contemplating the idea of putting this matte down in the corner. This came from the What a Zoo 2 collection. And I thought about doing something like that, just to bring some green down into the corner to kind of tie it all in. Okay, it also gives me enough room to do my journaling right in there as well. Okay, so let's bring in my photos and see what I have. These are some photos of a trip I took to the zoo with my children when they were really small. So years ago, I used to be a family child care provider, and we would take the children on field trips. And so this is a somewhat local zoo, and also a couple other zoo related photos of my daughter during our daycare time as well. So I'm going to kind of incorporate them all onto this layout, and it will go into her book. So I did have to cover up some of the faces in the photos. So I'm going to lay it out something like this. Let's see. The ones that don't really apply to the zoo too much, I'm going to kind of put over here. And then this one, of course, has the elephant in the back. So I want that one over here next to our elephant. And then some birds, let's see. And then it's going to go something like this. Okay, so that's how I'm going to lay out the photos. I am going to trim them down so they fit within the area. So I'm going to put you on fast forward while I trim these photos out. Okay, so I'm back again, and let's just straighten these out. I decided to put these across the top, probably bring them as low as I can, keep these like that, and then kind of line those up. These ones are a little bit taller over here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is a couple things. First, I want to bring in the brown paper. My idea is to put a strip right under here just to kind of give a little bit more color to my layout and to kind of give it a matte behind my photos. So these were 3 7/8. Yes, 3 7/8. So I'm going to cut probably a 4 1/4. I'm going to do about a 1/2 inch and see if I like that. Let's just take off this piece. I have a little bit of some right there, but that's okay. And I'm going to do 4 1/4. That should give me 2 pieces of 4 1/4. Let's make sure. I'm just going to slice off that little bit of black right there. There we go. Make it a little bit less. Okay, so what I want to do is slide this right under these to give it a little bit of a matte. We can come all the way up to the border if we want, or I could bring it down and have a little bit of the background paper peeking through. Okay, so let's hold off on that, and I think I'll do the same over here. Yep, I like that. It kind of gives it a little bit of a grounding place. Let me slide that all the way up to the top. One more thing I want to do is I want to bring in this matte card it says it's a zoo around here, and I just thought that's so super cute, but I also want to bring in the blue and some more green, and I'm thinking about putting it right down over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm bringing in this die cut, and I'm planning to run it through the machine just to cut out this title, and it should fit perfectly right there. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go get this cut out on the machine. I'm going to adhere my borders down and my paper and get everything kind of into place, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to come back real quick before I cut this out and explain a little bit more about what I was going to do here. So I laid the die cut on top of the mat, and then I'm going to adhere it down just with a little bit of washi tape just to hold it in position while I run it through my big kit. Then the washi tape should pull right off. Okay, so that's how I'm going to hold it in place, and I'm really trying to get as much of the green as possible. And so I have this edge of the frame right here underneath the word here, and then should have as much of this showing. So let me go cut that out and we'll see if we like it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back and I've adhered everything down, and I cut this, it's a zoo around here mat down, and you'll see that the die cut I used was a stitched frame, so it really added a little bit more texture to that cutout. And then I used the dark blue paper, the same paper that I used for the borders, I put down here to kind of tie that in. Okay, so then over here I decided to mat this photo also on some dark blue cardstock just to kind of help it pop. Also, what I thought I would do is, here's the cutout from the mat over here, and I thought maybe I could try and bring it in. I was gonna mat this photo onto here and then trim it. That would be super cute. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna trim off. I only want like a little bit showing. There. Now I feel like I made really great use of that mat from the mat pack, right? Yeah, I like that. It's super cute, and I might tuck it over a little closer over here to my journaling. And I still have the back sides of these I could carry along to another layout if I want to. Okay, let's finish up this layout and add in a few more embellishments. Okay, so let me bring in what I have. So I do have the stickers. This is also the collection that came with the puffy stickers. So I want to see if there's anything I could use with those. Also have some more layered embellishments that we can pull in if we want to. There are some more leaves. I thought we could bring some in over here by this elephant, since we're using them throughout our whole layout. I just feel like over here we might need something as well. These and these. So let's see if we like this. I think like that. And let me get one more. Let's see. I think I'll pop this little one up onto some foam tape. There, yeah, I really like that. Okay, what else? What else? What else? I think everything is looking really good. Let's see if we could bring in any of these puffy stickers. They're just so adorable. Let's see. I think I kind of want to bring in some footprints right under here where it says Animal Kingdom. We'll bring in a few of these footprints. I like that. Maybe some of these hearts. I like this heart that looks like a zebra. And I'm thinking I want to kind of bring it right in over here. Add to that cluster right there. And then maybe this brown one. up here. Yep, I like that too. I'm trying to keep them to these 3 areas. Let's see what else. These are so cute. I'm just really loving these puffy stickers. It's such a great addition to this collection. Look at this one. What a zoo. That is just totally adorable. Okay, I love the little turtle. Can I use him anywhere? Okay. I think that's going to be it for the... I didn't use any stickers. That's okay. I'll save these for a future layout. Mostly there's just hearts, and I think I've already put in a couple hearts, puffy stickers, so I'm going to skip the hearts and skip the animals. Okay. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is bring in some enamel dots, and these are some leftover ones I had from the Welcome Home collection. So let's see. I'm really liking the blue. The blue is almost too perfect. So let's see. Put one right there. Yep. Sometimes it's all about those finishing touches, right? Just add a little bit of something. I think I'm going to add one right over here. Okay. One more over here. Oops. There we go. I think one more at the top up there. Ah, there we go. Let's see. And then down here by the little baby elephant, we will put one. Kind of want it overlapping the leaf right there. And then this one fell off again. There we go. Okay. I think I was successful in bringing in these old borders that I've had in my stash for what seems like forever. They had to be at least 15, if not 20 years old. So I am so super happy to have these finally on a page that's going to go right into my album. So I'm loving it. So I took something very old that was still in perfect condition and I mixed it with something totally brand new. So that definitely is an oldie but goodie, right? If I made it so many years ago and it could still be used with today's collections, then that's a win-win for me. So I'm super happy about that. I love this. It was very simple, very easy to put together. I got 7 photos on here that I'm just super happy with, and I have another layout complete. So thank you for watching me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed this series, this kind of little series of using oldies but goodies. I know we all have them in our stash, so I encourage you to dig into your stash, find something that you want to use and pair it with something new and bring it to life into your album. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you take care and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.